Surah 12, or 53 chronological order, Yusuf, Part 1. Alif Lam Ra. Those are signs of the clear book. We have sent it down as an Arabic Quran. Perhaps you will comprehend. We tell you the best story what we have inspired you with, this Quran, although you were before it of the unmindful. When Yusuf said to his father, Father, I saw 11 planets and the sun and the moon. I saw them doing sujood to me. He said, My son, do not relate your vision to your brothers lest they scheme a scheme against you. The devil is an obvious enemy to man. And thus does your Lord choose you, and teach you of the interpretation of the hadith, and complete his grace upon you, and upon Yaqub's family, as he completed it upon your two fathers before, Ibrahim and Ishaq. Your Lord is learned, wise. There were in Yusuf and his brothers signs for those who ask. When they said, Yusuf and his brother is more beloved to our father than we, and we are a band. Our father is in obvious error. Kill Yusuf or chuck him onto your land. Your father's face may pass away for you, and you may be after that a righteous people. A speaker among them said, Do not kill Yusuf, but throw him into the bottom of the cistern. Let some caravan pick him up, if you are doers. They said, Our father, what is wrong with you? You do not feel safe with us with Yusuf, and we are advisers to him. Send him with us to carouse and play, and we are keepers for him. He said, It grieves me that you should go with him, and I fear that a wolf should eat him when you are heedless of him. They said, If a wolf eats him when we are a band, we are then losers. So when they went with him, and unanimously agreed to put him in the bottom of the cistern, and we inspired him, you shall inform them of this their affair when they do not perceive. And their father came early at night, weeping. They said, Our father, we went racing and left Yusuf with our goods, and a wolf ate him. And you are not going to believe us, even if we were truthful. And they came upon his shirt with false blood. He said, Rather, your souls have enticed you in the matter, so patience is beautiful, and Allah is the one asked for help against what you describe. And the caravan came, and they sent their drawer, and he let down his bucket. He said, Good news, this is a boy. And they disguised him as a piece of meat, and Allah knows what they do. And they bought him at a cheap price, a few dirhams, and they were of the abstemious regarding him. And the one who bought him from Egypt said to his woman, Honour his abode, perhaps he will benefit us, or we shall take him as a child. And thus we gave power to Yusuf in the land, and that we might teach him of the interpretation of Ahadith. And Allah is victor over his affair, but most people do not know. And when he had reached his maturity, we gave him judgment and knowledge, and thus do we recompense the good doers. And enticed him did the one in whose house he was from himself, and she closed the doors, and said, Come you. He said, Refuge of Allah, he is my Lord, he has done my shelter good. The wrongdoers do not succeed. And she desired him, and he would have desired her, had he not seen his Lord's proof. Thus that we might avert from him the evil and the fahisha. He is of our sincere slaves. And they raced to the door, and she cut out his shirt from the backside. And her Lord found them at the door. She said, What is the penalty for one who wanted evil with your family, but that he be imprisoned or painful torture? He said, She enticed me from myself, and a witness from her family bore witness. If his shirt was cut out before, then she has told the truth, and he is of the liars. And if his shirt was cut out from the backside, then she has lied, and he is of the truthful. So when he saw his shirt cut out from the backside, he said, It is of your trick is great. Yusuf, turn away from this, and ask for forgiveness for your sin. You were of the sinners. And women in the city said, Al-Aziz's woman entices her slave boy from himself. He has impassioned her with love. We see her in obvious error. So when she heard of their deceiving, she sent to them and prepared for them a reclining, and gave each one of them a knife, and said, Come out before them. And when they saw him, they admired him, and cut their hands, and said, Far be it from Allah, this is not a human being. This is nothing if not a noble angel. She said, And that is the one you blamed me concerning. And I seduced him from himself, but he defended himself, and if he does not do what I command him, he shall be imprisoned and be of the abject. He said, Lord, prison is more agreeable to me than what they call me to, and except you turn their scheme away from me, I might incline towards them and be of the ignorant. So his Lord responded to him and turned their scheme from him. He is the hearer, the learned. Then it appeared to them after what they had seen the signs, they would imprison him until a time. And 2 youths entered the prison with him. One of them said, I see me pressing wine. And the other said, I see me carrying bread above my head, the bird eating of it. Inform us of its interpretation. We see you of the good doers. He said, Food you are provided with does not come to you, but I have informed you of its interpretation before it comes to you. That is of what my Lord has taught me. I have left the cult of a people who do not believe in Allah, and they in the hereafter, they are Kafirun. And I have followed the cult of my fathers, Ibrahim and Ishaq and Yaqub. It was not for us to associate anything with Allah. That is of Allah's favour upon us and upon people, but most people are not grateful. My 2 prison companions, are diverse lords better, or is Allah the one, the oppressing? You worship nothing instead of him but names that you have named, you and your fathers. Allah has not sent down any authority for it. The judgment is nothing but Allah's. He has commanded that you do not worship but him. That is the worthy religion. But most people do not know.